How does a cult group market itself in 2025? I was asking myself this question because the Texas Observer just posted an article last week or so about the Homestead Heritage cult in Waco, Texas. I grew up visiting Homestead Heritage, and my dad, who joined the Institute in Basic Life Principles cult group, called Homestead Heritage a cult before any of us were calling IBLB a cult. Don't know anything about them. They have left the modern world and they do a lot of handcraft, working with your hands, working the land. They use a horse-drawn plow to plant potatoes, and they do a lot of candle making, metalworking, and they sell their arts and crafts to people in the community, and they are trying to market themselves as a tourist attraction in Waco, Texas. The interesting thing about them is they have one man and his family in leadership, and he will specifically shun members of the Homestead Heritage community. If you choose to leave, you are basically shunned for life, and entire families will cut you off. When I visited when I was a kid, my brother was like, why don't we move down here? He was just like joking, but my dad said, nah, this place is a cult. And that's the first time I ever remember my dad calling anybody a cult, and it was very clear, even to us who were members of a cult, the Heritage Homesteads was a cult. Anyway, the fun thing about them, though, is they are actively marketing themselves as a tourist attraction, which makes their Instagram a fascinating little deep dive. And their Instagram is only a year old, so this is like a new thing for them, but let me show you. So this is one of their Instagram posts, and it says, Homestead Heritage is a perfect family destination just outside of Waco. I don't know if they're recruiting members or if they're just trying to sell their homestead creations, like their candles and their cheese and all of that. But it's interesting to me. Of course, they only post people who look family friendly. It's weird because growing up, they only wore long dresses, and I don't know if they still only wear long dresses, but the pictures they have definitely show people in more modern style, but still modest clothing. They're really using like cottage core as a vibe, like come make your own spoons with your kids. Who doesn't want to do that? This one is the most disturbing to me because an influencer partnered with Visit Waco and then listed Homestead Heritage as a free place to visit if you're a tourist in Waco. They're going to post pictures of these young women making candles and pottery, from coffee axes, vases to cedar chests, to craftsmen and women. Did you catch that? They call men craftsmen, but women are just women. If you read the Texas Observer article, it basically says that if a young woman tries to do anything other than make pottery or candles, that the leadership will call her out and harass her and punish her until she recants her desire to go to nursing school or to leave the community. And I just think this caption tells you everything. Men have a job, women are just women. And they are going to market them, they're going to use their faces to market themselves, but they will have no respect or autonomy within the community. You might be saying, well, these people are harmless. They chose to move here. They need to sell their goods to make a living. Why are we talking about them? Well, Heritage Homestead does not just exist in Texas. They are actively on their website trying to expand. They've expanded, I think, to Africa is one nation they mentioned, New Zealand or Australia. They are actively recruiting. They're not just trying to sell you cheese and homemade pottery. They want you to renounce your families and join this cult group. Anyway, if you've never heard of Heritage Homestead, now you have.